Okay, guys, these are going to load up some feeds from yesterday and last night. There's only probably about 7 or 8. I'm not sure how many. I don't really keep count. I don't really keep I just roll when I feel inspired to go in here and talk to y'all. I do. I'm going to try to take it easy for a while. I'm still getting stuff done. That was neat stuff though. You'll find out from last night's with some of the things that I said. I realize when I get the ones when I'm going to lay to bed and someone that I believe more to be like the Spirit of Jesus comes and talks to me and says, get up and address this one. I found out what that many language was one after I watched it again. I had someone, she came and said, watch that one again. It's like, dang, next time Jesus says get up and do it, do it. I know. He's good. It's not really that. It's just more of a, yeah, so it's really cool. I saw it when I was looking at some of my old writings and things and stuff when I was young. And I never went back and read the stuff I wrote to my son and to God. I never read my personal notes. I didn't go back and ever read them. I didn't ever think about being a writer or a influential thinker. I just wanted to teach kids and coach kids. I wanted to be a teacher and a basketball coach. I wanted to play basketball, but it was kind of hard when you actually could my only coach that I didn't out coach was Coach Rasper in Wyoming. He was very intelligent and a very good guy. He's very humble too. He apologized to a 14-year-old kid at the end of the season. He said he learned a lot from me and the other kids, and that he had grown and that he didn't think we were going to win a game. We won half our games. That I expected more out of this team than he did, and we got it. Remember that time I told when we came close in that one game, I think it was against Glen Rock, and the kids were excited, and I was like, what are you doing? We made that last basket thing. We only lost by like 5 points. This was a great game. They're excited because he set up the last play for us to get a basket, and it was on kind of like on an alley-oop lob thing that I got in. It was a really nice shot. I didn't realize what a nice shot was, but they're all cheering me. It's like, we lost. It's like, no. And Charlie was like, what? We're not going to, I don't want to lose. I don't like losing. I think we beat CY at home, and we beat Natrona, I think, at home. They never even came close to beating any of these guys. And it was just cool that, that these kids were actually winning games. They won half their games. They'd never won a game or even gotten close. And so when we won, Charlie's mom went and told, my mom, it's the first time Charlie's ever won a game. And I remember telling my mom, well, you better get used to it because we're going to win more because I like to win. I wasn't understanding the nuances of the games and stuff like that. I was the runt in New Mexico, so I didn't play, and all my friends that were older and more mature than me played. In Tucson, they didn't have basketball teams. We left Washington when they did, and they thought I was like going to be the big star, and I left. When I was going to go to junior high in Tucson, they were all excited at the junior high, and a lot of the kids came and talked to me when I went to go back to stay with Steve, and they talked about this kid, Kenny McKnight, who was a young black kid that was a good basketball player, and they were, he's better than you, and Steve was like, he's not better than you, but it's just because he's black, but he's good. I was like, damn, I wish I had stayed, because when I moved to the next place, they didn't have, I had trouble with the basketball stuff again, but then we moved to, that was in Colville. I had trouble with the coaches and the things and stuff, and then I didn't get to play there. So I never really, by the time I got to Coach Rasper, I had never played any organized basketball, just street ball. I wasn't sure how the whole chessboard coach thing went. And when they were triple teaming me and doing all these things to stop me, he thought I knew what was going on because I was such an intelligent kid. And I was like, I didn't know. I just thought these guys were just getting really fast, and that my teammates would sometimes just kind of, it was like me with Danny Bennett. They would sit there and watch the show, because I was the one that could do, the between the leg, the over and under, the back and around, the crossover, the behind the back. I could do all these different things and then take off. And then Coach Rasper never told me like Teresa did, don't leave the ground. He told me just be creative and get the ball to your teammates, make sure they can score. He thought I knew better how to play organized basketball in a gym with other coaches coaching against you. I'd only played street ball up to then. And I didn't explain it to him until about the last game, that game against East. And the next game I got sick. And so it was like, I told him, I said, Coach, I didn't know. This is the first time I've ever played organized basketball out there. I mean, Coach Sewell taught us all the fundamentals and how to play and all that. And he told us certain different things to play against things, but I never had firsthand experience playing on Coach Sewell's team, who was my best coach. And that was in 5th and 6th grade. And the other coaches after that were just very poor coaches. They had horrible communication skills. They were very tyrannical, and they, and he felt like I was like that too. It was like, no, you weren't. You yelled a lot. You were a lot like a Bobby Knight. He was a lot like a Bobby Knight type coach, which made me see that I could play for someone like Bobby Knight. I really could, because I would have just sat there and said, okay, I would have knuckled under and said, okay, what do you want me to do, coach? And we would have communicated, because he would have talked to me. He brought me to his office. What the fuck? Coach, this is our street ball, man. Well, here's what I want you to do. Let's go light him up, Coach Knight. All right, Ralph. Hey, Coach, when you throw the chair, can I laugh? Sorry. No, Parsons, you got, okay, I'll get the guys cool. You go ahead, go off, and then we'll get this, and I'll tell them what the coach wants, and then we'll do this, all right? All right. I got you, Coach. I love you. Okay. Stop calling me names. I can take it. I know. Idiot. Bob's mom. Stupid speak, stupid beater. Mom, I'm not Mexican. But it's cool. I don't mind being called Mexican, because I love Mexican. So I would always just go for it. Orale, mama. Okay, she's gonna throw something. Let's run. I don't mind. I don't mind being called. I don't mind if you say derogatory statements about me being Arabic or Persian or Mexican or any of those other ethnic things, of being a Jew or being this, or my hair is in that stick-up phase that it gets in. It comes from my mom's genes, which has a lot of the same kind of hair that Jewish and Irish, where you get hair that just kind of lots of big old hair. I didn't get the red hair though. I got dark. My dad has very dark hair, but that comes from the Muslim white line and stuff. So it's really cool stuff. Yeah, but what else was I talking about? I'm sorry, you guys got me distracted again. I don't want to talk about me no more. I ain't gonna go. I thought this thing with the court case that people do this, but I realized, I'm just being overly hopeful, and I don't want to get my hopes built up, because I've been building up my hopes this whole time with all this stuff. Every time the stuff with Natalie was happening and this, and I sat and I watched all these horrible happening. Any day these people are gonna come help and show up and help me, and then I wake up the next day, and they ain't going to show up. They ain't going to show up. So I was tired of getting my hopes built up. And I'm tired of getting my hopes built up that you guys will listen to any of this stuff either. So I just came in, give you the information. Here you go. I'm going to go clean my stuff up, sell all my stuff. I got to get out of here. There's stuff in the towels that have, it's just not. And I used it on and it irritated and I got to get up on out of here. I got to do some laundry, get my stuff. Call Patrick, set up the time to just go. I gotta go. It's just not, a lot of the stuff is just not set up real comfortable and nice around here, and it's just not cool, and I feel sorry for my pops. I love my pops, and I feel sorry for my friends and family that get stuck with a lot of people that are just not really nice. And this is my hometown. I love my hometown. I love the people here. I really do. I love my Aggies. I'll watch my Aggie football games if I can. I'll pick up what I can. I'm going to be full of, Sooners and Cowboys. Guys, I'm going to be right down the road from Norman, and I'm sorry, but I grew up New Mexico State Aggies. They were the Oklahoma State Aggies, and changing into Cowboys. I went to Arizona State when we lived in Washington. It was Washington State. I'm a state school guy, so I always ended up rooting for the state. And they kind of like more the underdog in the state, so I kind of pull for the Cowboys. I'm sorry, but I ain't got nothing against the Sooners. I told you I was a big Billy Sims and David Overstreet and J.C. Watts fan growing up. I loved watching them, even though Mom didn't like Oklahoma, and I'd watch them. I just loved watching the Bone. And I love watching those guys run the Bone. Like I loved watching Nebraska teams run the Veer option. When I didn't like them a lot because they were the big, it's Nebraska. They were like, the big Empire U in forest football and stuff. But I loved watching Tommy Frazier and Turner Gill and a lot of those guys run that option off. I love watching a running football game. So I was so excited when Tony Samuel coached at New Mexico State. I was like, God, it was fun to watch. It really was. Buck and Paul and Casey were really fun to watch play quarterback. They really were. And it was just fun to watch the running backs. He had, Chris and Eric and Kenton and Walter and just a lot of the guys he had at tail. And it was fun. And some good receivers, too, that did some good stuff. P.J. Winston and a lot of those other guys, and Ronche Jenkins. And of course, when now the Dwayne's here, Tavion was fun to watch. And so was Todd and just a lot of the guys. And the young man coming up now, too, Austin Franklin's fun to watch. And Kimante. It's just really fun. But I'm going to shut up. Why am I talking all this? I'm all over the map. I love you guys. I got to get to the library, load these up. I'll do a quick intro since I blew my whole thing just blabbering because I love y'all. But I can't help it. I love you. All right. Hang in there, all right? Peace.